Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Prince George here, taking a look at the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Limited in the Sun Blaze Pearl. So the newest color in the Crosstrek lineup, one of the new colors I should say. So front end did change. You've got a slightly more aggressive grille, larger. You've got those gray metallic wings off of either side. And of course, you get those nice little C channels that Subaru started to put on everything. So all of the headlights, a little bit smaller now, a little bit more aggressive looking. They're steering responsive LEDs with high beam assist. That's every single Crosstrek, even the entry levels. Now the Limited does have these gray metallic fog light surrounds, and those are LED fog lights as well. As you move to the side, you get 18-inch alloy wheels. They're actually the same wheels as on the Onyx. These just have a machined alloy face. They're not just the black painted. We have these functional vents, airflow, aerodynamics, mirror cap that's also gray metallic with integrated turn signals. To go along with that, we do have the gray metallic roof rails. That's only on the Limited. Every other one is blacked out. I have an Onyx over there that I may show you guys in comparison after. Side profile looks largely unchanged from the 23. It's very, very similar. It's more of an evolution than a complete redesign. Sorry about that. You get 10% more torsional rigidity, stronger body. Body's been updated, new rear taillights, new rear bumper. It's a sharp looking car from behind as well. I really see WRX, especially with the cutouts going into that rear diffuser and again up into the cutout there. Taillights, this is actually one of my favorite views of the Crosstrek, is this rear 3/4 view. I think it's a great looking vehicle. I like the way the taillight wraps around the side. A little bit more than the 23s. I really like it. We do have backup sensors in the Limited. You'll also get those in the Onyx. Those will actually apply the brakes if it thinks you're gonna hit something between 1 and 15 kilometers an hour in reverse. To open it, there is no power lift gate. Right between these two stars here, there's a little rubber switch. Press up and lift, and it's right there. Backup camera, they have added the backup camera washer to this. I will show you that inside. And then you do still have the option to set a PIN code to access the vehicle. Lots of room in the rear of the Crosstrek. It is actually a tad smaller than the outgoing Crosstrek, but you still have a lot more room than people expect there to be. We do have this nice little mountain motif on the back, your nice little kind of Easter egg that they've tucked in here. There is even a little Crosstrek right there. On the sides, they've added cup holders, and yes, that's what they're for, tailgating. Sit on your Crosstrek, put your cup somewhere. We have grocery bag hooks / cargo net hooks. You can get a cargo net as an accessory and it'll attach to all four. Other than that, just hook the loop of your grocery bag around there and it stops it from tumbling around. For the privacy cover, they've added this nice handle. Easier to hold on to, hides everything from the top of the seats down. You can still see the cargo light when it's closed, and this is easy to remove. Just a telescopic piece. You can see right there the slider. Easy to remove. Third seat belt still comes out of the back, goes through this plastic holder. I get asked about that all the time, and connects in 3 locations. So you get a 3-point harness. Connects in 2 additional places in the back. Shark fin antenna is black, not body colored, not matching, not gray. Inside, black and gray two-tone. So soft touch here, orange contrast stitching, goes really well with the Sun Blaze. Bottle holders with storage on each rear door, window, and you get a lot of room in the second row here. You've got great headroom, you've got great leg room. You've got the black leather with the orange perforations. I really like the orange perforations. I think that they go really well with the orange contrast stitching. I understand orange is not everyone's favorite color, but it does work with this car. On the back of the front passenger seat, you do have a map back pocket, USB A and C connectors for charging. This is that 3-point harness I was talking about. So you've got a connector here, and then you've got your traditional buckle. So everyone gets a 3-point harness. If there's only 1 or 2 passengers, fold down armrest with cup holder. This is all soft touch. This is the harder plastics on the side of the door in the second row. And should you need it, child lock. Up top, tilt and slide sunroof. And I was actually talking with Subaru earlier today, or the people in the parts side of things. The regular Subaru crossbars will be coming, those standard sort of types that we're used to. However, Thule extended crossbars are available currently for it. With this being a proximity key, we have the ability to lock the door by pressing and holding on those lines. It won't do it right now because the car is running. It'll beep at me, but normally if the car's off, press and hold, it'll lock. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is beeping at me, and it stopped. So inside, front driver door card looks very, very similar to the second row door card. Soft touch materials here, so not the hard plastic. There's always going to be a driver in the vehicle when it's moving, so they've done some nice touches for that. Comfortable armrest, window lock, rear windows, front windows, power locks, power mirror adjustment. We do still get this carbon fiber trim that does continue throughout the cabin. We get bottle holders with storage, and we also get the Harman Kardon audio system. So upgraded audio system, amazing system. And so the locations of the speakers, Subaru says there's 10. So both front doors, those are 7 by 10 inch subwoofers. Up top here, up front on the dash, it is kind of hard to see through there, but right there, you've got one on each side. Those are tweeters mixed with mid-range speakers. So there's 4, 5, 6, and then in the doors, you do also get a combination tweeter mid-range speaker. So there is your 10. The amp is under the front driver's seat if you're looking for it. Front driver's seat, power including lumbar. Lumbar is a great addition to the Crosstrek lineup. That's something that lots of passengers and drivers were asking for, people in general, I should say. Same leather upholstery, same black leather with orange contrast stitching. Headrests are no longer tiltable, they're fixed. And Subaru has done a lot with the seats. So these seats are quite a bit different than the previous Crosstrek. They did a lot of research about vibration and making people fatigued on longer trips, and it was vibration in the pelvis. So they've really kind of beefed this area up. They've used some different materials, some different foams, and that helps reduce fatigue on longer drives. I have to say, I do find these seats a little bit more comfortable. Spend a little bit of time in them. It does take something to get used to if you're used to the previous gen Crosstrek seats, but they are excellent. On the inside of the Crosstrek, by the driver's left knee, Subaru has kind of eliminated all of the functions here with the exception of the scroll wheel for the brightness of your gauges to increase or decrease the brightness. They have integrated the rest of those functions, those buttons, into your 11.6 inch touchscreen. So on the steering wheel itself, they've gone with the same steering wheel that's in the Outback, Legacy, and Ascent. So left-hand side, accept phone calls, hang up or decline, issue voice commands. You can control the volume of your calls or your music. It has that really nice tactile feel, and you do get a satisfying click. That's something that I noticed. That was a big change. And instead of having volume on the toggle, that now changes our small center display, and it gives us different information. You can go back to the same screen, just press it the other way. It just takes in a big loop. Right-hand side of the steering wheel, we have our adaptive cruise, lane centering, and they both display up top there. And the Crosstrek has a follow distance of up to between 150 and 180 feet while using cruise with 4 bars. You can follow closer if you want. Don't have to though. Little steering wheel icon that's just disappeared and reappeared there. That is your lane centering. So above 60 kilometers an hour, if the lane centering portion is active, you'll get those gray lines. And if these color stereo eyesight cameras, those 2 eyesight cameras plus the mono camera, the new mono camera, can see the road lines. It'll illuminate white on whichever side it can see, and then it will actually give you gentle steering input to keep you in your lane, centered in your lane, on whichever side. It's a great aid. If you have the chance to try it, I do recommend it. Have your salesperson demo it for you. It's pretty cool. Heated steering wheel. It is a very, very faint light. Does not heat between the seams. There's a little dead spot there, all the way here, but not between the seams here, which is unfortunate, but fairly standard. It does get pretty darn hot. Last time I checked, it was up to 40 degrees Celsius, which is absolutely cooking. We do have the option to manually select our gears, even with an automatic CVT. So if you want to downshift going down hills so you're not riding your brakes, you can do that. Left-hand side, of course, headlights, fog lights, turn signals, pull towards you to flash and get your high beams on. They're ridiculously bright. They're awesome. Now, auto high beam assist only works if it's set to auto. If you have your headlights turned on and you have your high beams on, that is not going to help. You're going to get flashed because your high beams are still going to be on. Right hand side, we have our wipers stock and rear window stock, and you can clean the backup camera using that. I'll show you that in a second here. 11.6-inch touchscreen that they've borrowed from, again, the Outback, Legacy, and Ascent. They've kind of broken into 3 portions. Top portion, you've got what you're listening to, navigation, destination. So if I set a destination in navigation and I go to the radio, it'll tell me up here, turn right on Burrard Street, whatever. Gauges, widgets, you can change those. Press it, press whichever one I want to change. Let's put oil temp. Press accelerator, press water temp. Angle, calendar. There you go. Simple as that. Center portion, we've got access to our navigation. Powered by TomTom. There's no subscription fee for this. You can change quite a few things. The view, how far zoomed in you are. You can have it take up the whole screen. And it's really easy to use. You do not have to search by address. It gives you an example. Pizza. So if I type in pizza, and this is the first time that I'm doing it on this, but it gives me a bunch of different options and I can scroll through them. So munchies, and it does kind of give you closest to furthest. So really easy to use. You do also have what 3 words navigation integration. I do have a video about that. I will try to put those in the link in the links in the video description below. Pretty cool system if you're looking for exact locations. Access to radio, media. So media is Bluetooth, aux, USB. No CD player in these anymore. Apps, we have wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay. You'll have access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle's registered in your name. And then SiriusXM Travel Link. That's not really applicable up here in the north, but it would be great for Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary, something like that. And then Subaru Starlink. As soon as I put it in reverse, backup camera does pop up, rear assist braking's on, parking sensors are on. You can see the top of the bumper there, so you have something to relate to. And I'm just going to twist this and hold this. And it drains washer fluid over the back camera. It's got its own little, I don't want to call it sprayer, more of a drain, but big help, especially up here this time of year. Climate controls are the bottom third. It is dual function. All of the Crosstreks are dual function. So I've got physical buttons on either side, or I can press, I can touch, I can drag, and it is easy to sync. You can control where your airflow is going, or I have my physical buttons. Very, very easy to use. And they've made these fan strength buttons nice and large. They've made all of these buttons very nice and large. Turn that off. Below that, 10-watt wireless fast charger. So your phone will get warm while using that, just so you're aware, that's normal. Above that, got USB-C, A, and aux sockets. And then to go with this wireless charger can be turned off. Just press that, goes off, stop charging. Don't put metal objects there, keys, paper clips, coins. Saying that, it does give you warnings in the owner's manual. I'm going to turn that back on. But it does charge your phone quite quickly. They've changed the shifter. They've added a shifter boot. It's a nice synthetic material, orange contrast stitching. In the Onyx, it's yellow, and in the Convenience and Touring, I believe it's silver. They've changed the center console. Park brake. They've gotten rid of the handbrake. They've gone with the electronic. A blank, I'm sure that blank was used in Japan for something, but North America it's not. Then they stuck with the physical heated seat switches, so they didn't integrate them into the touchscreen like they did with the Outback, Legacy, and Ascent. Physical buttons. So if you use the My Subaru app to remote start it, if you have your seats left on, they will continue to heat. If they're not on, unfortunately, you can't turn them on from the app. Cup holders, they've gone with, I guess, an offset style. Both of them have drink raisers, so if your cup is short or small, you can still easily reach it. Also, ease of cleaning, but they both have it. A little bit of texture on them. We have a 120 volt watt, 12 volt 120 watt. Sorry, apparently I can't read today. 12 volt outlet, really easy to use, easily accessible. Center console, a little bit of storage ahead of it. And then inside, it's just storage. There's no 12 volt socket, nothing like that. Up top, manual adjustment mirror, no auto dimming from factory. I'm sure that'll be an accessory coming out. Yeah, these are the most up-to-date eyesight camera that Subaru offers. You get the third mono camera with extended view, wider view. It picks up pedestrians and cyclists much more quickly. You can follow vehicles with cruise further around a corner than before. So it's some nice quality of life updates. Above that, we've got SOS and roadside. There will be a little green light here when that system is enabled, and that's the My Subaru Starlink connected services, which is quite nice. So 3-year trial to that. SOS gets you emergency help. Blue gets you roadside. Simple. Above that, we've got our tilt and slide sunroof. It is a manual shade, but pretty decent. And then something I didn't talk about that I normally do, the blind spot detection. So they have changed it. It is no longer a big light on the side. It's this little nub. Very Toyota style. And let me turn this off. I'll turn it off and then turn it on so you can see what it looks like. It is easy to see, actually. I was a little concerned about it being difficult to see, but it illuminates orange on the corresponding side when someone's in your blind spot. Works really, really well. I thought it was going to be a big issue. I wouldn't notice it, but I've taken enough Crosstreks for a drive that I can say that I didn't notice it as a detractor. And then the last thing that's new, the driver monitoring system. So you got the driver monitoring system and you could just see the little red light there. So infrared camera, it's looking to see if you are distracted or drowsy. It does not have any hookups to your seat. There's no memory position seats or anything like that in this Crosstrek. And here we are back on the outside of the Crosstrek Limited in the Sunblaze. So this also has the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine. So this is 182 horsepower, a little bit more jam than the 2 liter you find in the Convenience and the Touring. So to open the hood, I've already cracked it inside, but you go to the right of the Subaru logo, hand in facing down, move it from right to left, and the lever's right there. Pretty much everything the average consumer is going to touch is in yellow. You've got brake fluid, you have washer fluid, you have oil right next to your oil filter, you've got coolant, oil dipstick, and you do have easy access to your air filter as well. So the Limited and the Onyx both come with the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine. It is quite a change. They've increased the torque at low RPMs, very responsive, nice to drive. So that was a quick look at the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Limited. If you guys have any questions about this Crosstrek, any of the vehicles in our lineup, any of the tech, please put it in the comments below. I'm always looking for videos to make for you guys. Again, I'm Tyson, the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Prince George. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.